About is in court in his plea statement. He says YSL is a gang. I was in the car with Dugga. We had a gun and a drug in the car, and none of that was mine. So, if the lawyer is right that those statements can't be used in court against any other defendants, then Gunna did not snitch. I don't know that this is accurate. This might be true, but does that mean that the prosecutor can in no way call Sergio Kitchens to the stand or otherwise use the statement? I don't know.
That's cap. We just read it. Can't call Sergio Kitchens? Nigga, zoom in. If called by any party in the case, you will testify truthfully. If called by any party in the case, you will testify truthfully. Nigga, what are we talking about right now?
Okay, we saw Gunna's statement. This, I think, is far more interesting. This is his lawyer. His plea statement cannot be used in court against any other defendant. The internet claims that Gunna is a snitch. I don't know. I haven't been following this case. I haven't seen what's going on. I have no idea what is an Alford plea. But his lawyer says that the plea statement cannot be used in court. What the internet is freaking out about is in court, in his plea statement, he says YSL is a gang. I was in the car with Dugga. We had a gun and a drug in the car, and none of that was mine. So, if the lawyer is right that those statements can't be used...
Let's be honest. I want to simplify this for even people that's been to traffic court. Has anybody in here been to traffic court? I know I got some certain people who have never been to court where, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, forget criminal court. This is serious, right? Serious stakes. Let's just go to traffic court. Anybody here got a license? Anybody call a speeding ticket? Anybody? Okay. When you get caught doing 120 because you testing your car out, whoop, whoop, they caught you, blah, blah, blah. Or you made a legal U-turn, whoop, whoop, they caught you, whatever the case is. Like anything they caught you, you go to court. I don't know, sometimes it might get serious, you might have to get an attorney. But even if you don't get an attorney, usually what they say is, yo, they don't do trials for this type of shit, right? They don't want to do trials. Yo, go talk to the prosecutor, come up with a plea. When you come up with a plea, so you're going to go, like now it's on Zoom. Hey, go to the breakout room and talk to the prosecutor. The prosecutor be like, listen, this is what I could do. Okay, you're in a state that get points, yo, we'll give you this and whatever. And you basically try to come to a deal. It's some reasonable thing that you know you're not getting off the hook completely, but you get lesser than what you were charged with, right? Something you could deal with, right? They used to ask, could you pay this? Or are you just trying to avoid the points? Whatever the case is, right? Cool. When you do that now, right? When you do that, and you now, the prosecutor is going to say, okay, you're cool with this? You're going to say yes. All right, cool. This is the plea agreement. We're going to submit it to the judge. You have to go in front of the judge to confirm it. You tell me, and maybe I could be like, oh, this is just different act. When have you ever seen in any, even lower courts, a nigga go before the courts and he's putting on record? They usually say, hey, what's your name? Michael Thompson? Hey, Michael Thompson. On August 15th, were you driving 80 miles per hour on Route 370 going blah, blah, blah? Like, you got to say yes, yes, yes. Tell me, when do they actually say, okay, but also, could you also attest that you didn't have something? They just tell you to attest to what you did, not what you didn't do. It's not like, hey, could you also state that you weren't going 200 miles per hour? No, they only say, hey, you're pleading guilty going 80. Why does Gunna have to say the guns weren't mine? Why does Gunna got to say the guns weren't mine? Think about it. Think about it. Why does Gunna have to say the guns weren't mine if they're not going to use it? Why is Gunna saying those guns and drugs ain't mine? If he's doing a plea, hey, yes, I was, even though people would probably consider this also quote unquote tell, but like, hey, I was involved with YSL, the music label, and also inconsequentially the gang. Okay, that's what I did. Hey, that's all I know. Blah, blah, blah. I am guilty for this. Thank you. That's not what this plea said. Hey, do you know about other niggas? Yup. Do you know, you sure you're attesting those drugs weren't yours, right? Yup. Nigga, this is clearly more than just about him. Do I gotta break it down even further? You ever, again, I'm using regular examples. You ever took a plea for, okay, tinted windows or driving while on a cell phone or something else or speeding, and all of a sudden they ask you, as part of the plea, for you to repeat, hey, so you didn't crash your car or you didn't sideswipe somebody in a hit and run 3 miles before, right? They don't ask you that bullshit. No. They only talk about what you did. What you did. Did you break the law? Did you do it like this? Did you do it at this time? Did you blah, blah, blah? Yes. Okay, cool. Here's your punishment. Get out of here. When you gotta attest that you ain't do certain shit, or you gotta vouch that you know knowledge of other niggas doing shit, come the fuck on. Come on. Do you know the knowledge? Do you have any knowledge of any niggas? Imagine you're taking a plea for bank robbery, and they tell you you're taking a plea. You're thinking you're just admitting your own crimes. They said, and as part of your plea, you're sure you know at least 10 other bank robberies and who did them, right? And you say, yep. What do you think that is? What the fuck do you think that is? What the fuck you think that is? They're asking you about everything that ain't got nothing to do with you. It would be different if they said, Gunna, you are taking accountability for the guns and drugs, or the gun and drugs in that car. Hey, Gunna, and when you got pulled over on this date, there was all these guns, or all these drugs, and this gun in the car. Were they yours? And he said, they were mine. Okay, it's in your plea. It's now yours. But we've never seen a plea where you have to plea you didn't do something. Why? Just use your brain. Why would you have to plea you didn't do something? You wouldn't need a plea at all. Think about it. You wouldn't need a plea at all if you're pleading that you didn't do it. Somebody said play that Dirk clip. I know that. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. My knees when the law came. Come on, bro. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Yo, the point is, I love Gunna's music. I don't give a fuck what happened. Like I don't think I was in YSL the Gang. I don't care about YSL the Gang, my nigga. I'm sorry. I care about music. If you niggas was running around thinking y'all was supposed to shoot up Atlanta, that ain't my fucking fault. I just wanted good music. Sorry, okay? Now I'm hoping that Thug and Gunna get out of jail. And by the way, if Thug took a fucking plea today, I don't know if there's nobody else they would want him to just plead out on because they're looking at that person. But shit, I'd be cool with it too. Y'all fans gotta pick. Let me tell you this, and I hate to call out the rap fans of the world. Y'all gotta pick and choose. Or not pick and choose, but y'all gotta let me know if y'all down to be a hypocrite, because I'm down to be a hypocrite too. Just tell me the rules. Are we down to be a hypocrite? We can say 6ix9ine snitching, we don't like it. You know why? You don't like it, right? Or we could just act like we just, you know you play dumb? Well, he not snitching because he ain't on the stand. Did you see the paperwork, motherfucker? We just played it like we just went to it 3 times, nigga. The paperwork says if they ask you to take the stand, let me click off of this. I don't think no bullshit. If called by any party in this case, you will testify truthfully, which means you are a witness and a potential witness. So y'all tell me what snitching is. Is snitching taking a stand, or is snitching saying, hey, you have me handcuffed that I have to take the stand if you need me? I don't care what it is. Somebody says, we're down to be hypocrites. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm down to be hypocrite. I like Gunna. I like Gunna. Gunna ain't snitch. Somebody said, Meek tweet. Meek ain't gonna tweet about Gunna. He said, free Young Thug. I expected to see that. He deleted his tweet about welcome home Gunna. Yo, by the way, all the gangster rappers right now they're in heat. Like, they have to figure out if they're supposed to rock with Gunna or not. Keep in mind, Gunna, put like this. If this was, I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. If this was Youngboy, they all call it Youngboy snitch. Facts. They don't like Youngboy. They would have been called Youngboy snitch. Yo, Youngboy snitching. He not a real nigga. Young boy had to go to. If young boy had did anything weird, like just let me off gun possession or let me off this, I'll tell you about some other niggas. Yeah, everybody, young boy snitching out here. I'm telling you, that's the facts. That's how it goes. It's better to be liked than to be right. So I'm cool because I don't have no problem with Gunna. I'm cool with them using different protocols. I don't know if 6ix9ine feel the same, but I'm cool with them using different rules for him. But as I said, remember years ago when niggas was keen off the we hate snitches? It's just gonna be interesting because now I got mad ammunition. Every time these gangster rappers talk about some shit, I'm gonna be like, so Gunna, what you think about that one? And I'm gonna hear them like, yo, no, that's some screech, no. They gonna do all that. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I still like his music. Somebody said Thug's sister has posted Gunna. Dolly White. Where did she post Gunna? That's key, ain't it? No, I little got it. Okay. This is her story. She messaged No Jumper at 1:59. Take that down. She says, I'm a sister, a mother, whatever you want to call me. But please, and I say please, let the court and the judge do their job. That's all I ask. I don't mean to come off to the wrong to no one. I pray for every last one of them. I pray for others. I pray for every last one of them, people, even others that I may not agree with. But I do have a heart, and y'all taking things too far. Salute to Dolly. She's doing what she needs to say, and why wouldn't she say that? She's the sister of Young Thug. Now, in a weird world, not in a weird world, if y'all watch all them Wires and all these gangster movies, sometimes maybe a nigga will get out on a plea like that, but he'll now take care of everybody. So he not a snitch. Hey, listen, the snitching shit is negotiable. I'm telling you the truth. Maybe it's like, Thug ain't gonna get out for a while. Let Gunna get out on this, right? And Gunna go finance everybody, make sure everybody's good. He gonna get back to work because money's not coming in right now for YSL. That's a fact. But now we can get Gunna back to work. Money's coming in. Dolly was complaining not too long ago about maybe bills and stuff like that. Hey, bills paid this and third. Hey, it might be an agreeable situation. Who knows? Maybe Thug had a conversation with himself or his lawyer say, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. I'm not getting out of here for a long time. Only nigga who could get out of here quickly is Gunna. Let that nigga get out of here. Even if he got to act like he ain't got nothing to do with nothing this and third, or even potentially say some shit to hurt me, whatever. But damn, he get back on the streets. He back feeding the team. It's still YSL. Fuck it. Who knows? Bro, who knows, bro? I'm telling you. Gunna might be out here to secure the bag. Listen. And let me tell you this. If you ask me, bro, this is millions of dollars in legal fees. And I know all these niggas brag about all the money they got. Bro, we ain't here. Trust me, I've been watching. I know all these niggas' residences. I ain't see one get put up for foreclosure or for sale yet. You know what that mean? Mortgages is still getting paid. It's harder to track cars, but I could imagine they still own all their cars. Still paying the car note. Maybe they took the insurance off, but probably got to pay the insurance too. Trust me, these dudes got bills of excess of $300,000 a month. Every month that you're locked up, you're paying this without getting anything back. Somebody got to go make some cash. Lawyers for Workers update. Let's go. Lawyers for Workers. Come on. Chat. Tell me if y'all getting tired of this, man. I know y'all rock with me, though. Hold on. Here we go.
testifying. We're on a 15-minute break. This has to be quick. The key moment of her testimony, I think, has to come down to when the defense attorney elicited testimony from her suggesting that there was a physical altercation between her and Meg. Kelsey seemed very hesitant answering these questions, like she didn't want to say. However, she then said, hey, we both got out of the car. You will remember Meg testified that Meg got out of the car. She does not know where Kelsey was. Kelsey was on the passenger side, and that she turned around and she saw Tory shooting at her. Kelsey testified that this part she remembers. She and Meg both got out of the car, and that there was a physical altercation. Kelsey described it as a bump. The defense attorney was like, really? You guys are super drunk? You just got into a yelling match with her over the fact that she was hooking up with Tory without you knowing. You also mentioned to her that this wasn't the first time she betrayed you like that. She had done it with one other guy. Interestingly, the defense had said it was Ben Simmons and DaBaby. Kelsey said, I only named one name. She didn't confirm if it was Ben Simmons or DaBaby. And the defense attorney's like, so after all that, you guys both get out of the car, and all that happened between the two of you was a bump? I'll tell you, I don't think anybody in the room believes that the only thing that happened between Meg and Kelsey that night as far as a physical altercation is a bump, especially not when the rest of the testimony confirmed that other than discussing how she's going to be moving out of the Airbnb that she was staying at with Meg and she's going to be going somewhere else, other than a brief communication about her living arrangement, the two of them have not spoken. They have not called each other on the phone. They have not met in person. They do not talk. Kelsey is done testifying. We're on a 15-minute break. This has to be quick. The key moment of her testimony, I think, has to come down to when the defense attorney elicited testimony from her suggesting that there was a physical altercation between her and Meg. Kelsey seemed very hesitant answering these questions, like she didn't want to say. However, she then said, hey, we both got out of the car. You will remember Meg testified that Meg got out of the car. She does not know where Kelsey was. Kelsey was on the passenger side, and that she turned around and she saw Tory shooting at her. Kelsey testified that this part she remembers. She and Meg both got out of the car, and that there was a physical altercation. Kelsey described it as a bump.
Okay, so that's the fight. We got the fight. We got the fight. We got the fight. I wonder why Kelsey is scared of admitting that Meg beat her ass. Perhaps it's because that gives enough motive to say, why would somebody be angry enough to pull a gun? Maybe after you got your ass severely beat, got a Batista bomb, choke slam, DDT, Stone Cold Stunner. Maybe a rock bottom. You got your nails broken all over the place. Your pendants all disheveled. Your hair is a little bit whatever. You grab the gun. You talking shit. Tory tries to grab you, grabs the gun goes off, pop, 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 or pop, 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 or pop, 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 pop. Apparently there was three then too. Tory disarms you and drags you like a hog back in the car. This sounds believable because why ain't you talking about the fight and why ain't you talking about Tory dragging you into the car? These seems to be things that happen. Maybe you're not defending Tory. Maybe you just know you had the gun. And you don't want to talk about anything around that detail of you having the gun and Tory having to disarm you and drag you back into the car away from Meg. This is interesting. This is interesting, people. Holy. This is fucking interesting. Somebody said, so is Tory not trying to snitch or something? That's an angle. Bro, there's so many theories. I want all y'all to come up with your own theory in reality. Because we ain't going to really find the real truth. So you hearing everything I'm hearing. You got to make your own theory. Be an independent thinker. I'm telling you what I think. And you might be like, oh, Aki, you be on point. But I'm telling you, generally, I don't have no inside info about really what happened and towards who pulled the trigger. But I'm using my brain to come up with a theory because it's the only thing that makes sense. I don't think somebody shoots 5 times at somebody 8 feet and misses all 5 times. Think about it. 8 feet is like, imagine Yao Ming laying down. Like, he's like 8 feet. Still not that far. You got a gun. You shoot 5 times. If you ever been to a shooting range, if it's 8 feet away, if you shoot once, you miss, you're going to adjust. Shoot again. You miss again. Adjust. Shoot again. You miss again. Adjust. You're telling me you did that 5 times trying to shoot her and you ain't shoot her? That told me it was a struggle. Or it was somebody trying to scare her. Shoot at the feet. Dennis Byron Twitter. Let me see. Here we go. He says, a cross-examination of Kelsey Harris continued after lunch by Tory Lanez's attorney, with him asking about a fight that he believes occurred. When asked whether her and Meg had a fight outside the car, she responded she was drunk and couldn't remember. That's interesting. Defense attorney asked Kelsey, was she aware that... By the way, I'm surprised they don't kind of pigeonhole her on, well, if you drunk and you can't remember this part, why the fuck you remember all these other parts? Defense attorney asked Kelsey, was she aware Tory offered a record deal with Roc Nation? That Tory was offered a record deal with Roc Nation. Prosecutor objects, and Judge David Hereford sustains the objection. Defense attorney to Kelsey Harris, did you hear the words dance, bitch, dance being said by Tory? The answer is no. I don't know where that came from. Here's the thing about Kelsey's testimony. It seems like anytime she can say yes, she says, I'll remember. It seems like anytime she definitely want to say no, she definitely says no. That's the only problem. That's the only problem with her testimony. So you're telling me you don't remember if you and Meg had a fight. You don't remember that you and Meg had a fight. But you remember that nobody said dance, bitch, dance. That's how, if I'm the prosecutor, I'm going to flip that. In closing statements, you got to say, Kelsey was lying the whole time. You see, she contradicted what we said. And just think about it. Everything that basically could prove our case, she said she didn't remember. Anything that didn't matter, she remembered. What a coincidence. You only remember the shit that either helps Tory or helps yourself. And by the way, maybe what we're considering to be help Tory, maybe it's just helping herself. Dance, bitch, dance. Oh, I never heard that shit. You sure you never heard it? Never heard it. You sure he wasn't too drunk? Nah, I would have remembered that. What about the fight with you and Meg? Fight with me and Meg? Nah, that I don't remember. Wouldn't you remember a fight more than a one-liner? I don't got no horse in the race. And listen, if Tory get found not guilty, Meg, I need an apology. I ain't gonna lie to you. You was violating too crazy. I'm back on your head. I'm back on your head. Jigga, for all the fuckery that Roc Nation did, you know, they was trying to get at me too. Unlimited supply of, what's that shit called? Douce. Yeah, we cool after that. Well, actually, do you still own Douce? You're just trying to have a problem buying it. How could they can't, like, even if she's told the prosecutors at one point or sent a text, she could be like, now that I think about it, I don't think about it like that. Do you get what I mean? So that's why she keeps using the, I don't remember. The prosecutor might still file perjury charges, but they're going to be weak. You know what she's going to show up in court and say? I was drunk the whole night. When I told you something, is after I talked to other people and I thought that's how it went. And I thought about it later by myself and I realized, no, I don't think so. And then I realized, actually, I don't remember really what happened. It's hazy. If you're not trying to get charged with perjury, just don't say nothing. If you say it as a fact, like, oh, this did happen or this didn't happen, that's how you get charged with perjury. But right now, you're just a drunk old girl who was also possibly assaulted by Tory. And by the way, this is why she won't get charged for perjury. Prosecutors, you claim that she was assaulted by Tory. So she technically is a victim too. You just didn't charge Tory for her assault. So now how do you look if you're trying to actually go at your victim later for perjury? You look kind of bad. You already lost one trial. Now it looks like you're looking for revenge. She's going to use the same point that Tory's lawyers is using, or Kelsey's using right now. Y'all try to pressure her to get on the stand, and now because she ain't want to say what y'all want to say, now y'all trying to pressure the court to put her in jail. Kelsey has cracked the matrix. Anyway, let's keep reading. At one point, the district attorney, Kathy Ta, tried to go through a process of elimination to get Kelsey to acknowledge Tory as a shooter. Basically saying, yo, well, Meg didn't shoot herself, right? You agree? She probably said, yes, I agree. She says, well, you deny shooting her, right? She's like, well, yeah, I agree. So, well, did the driver do it? And she went, nah, the driver wasn't really involved. So if you ain't do it, Meg ain't do it, the driver ain't do it, process of elimination, who did it? She said, I really don't know who did it. I just kind of assumed. You know what that means? Reasonable doubt heaven. I just assumed. I just assumed. They're fucking tight. I'm telling you, they're mad. At one point, this is Tory's lawyer now, did say there was a witness who will testify that Kelsey's a shooter. But that resulted in maybe the fastest objection I've seen sustained all week. So we didn't get anywhere on that point. I don't think they're going to try to, just completely point Kelsey as a shooter. But also, I think the objection is going to come from the fact that it's going to look so crazy on the prosecutor that maybe the alleged shooter is on the stand and you gave the alleged shooter motherfucking immunity. You fucking idiot. This is good. This is good, man. Somebody said Kelsey gonna crack eventually. No, she's off the stand. She can't crack it eventually. Ghost. No, she can't crack eventually. She's off the stand now. I thought she was gonna crack between last night and today because the prosecutor was still at it. But they basically threw in the white flag earlier today, and Tory's lawyers didn't go too hard, but hard enough. Now she's out the way. Yeah, and it's approaching time for pretty much, maybe they have one more witness, or it's going to be, we're done with the day. It's going to be, we're on to Friday. And unless probably by tomorrow, they'll get all the prosecution witnesses out the way. And then next week will only be about Tory's witnesses, which means Tory will call Sean Kelly. Tory's going to call the detective. So Tory's going to call Sean Kelly, the guy who said he saw the woman fighting and he saw a woman behind the gun flash. Call him. Call the detective who allegedly already is on leave for domestic violence and probably handled it sloppily. And if it needs to be, Tory himself gets on the stand, but it got to be the icing on the cake. They're going to coach Tory. Nigga, they're going to coach Tory like you've never seen before, just like how Meg was coached. You get what I mean? And at that fucking point, at that point, it should already, it should basically, the case should be over. Let's do closing statements and get the fuck on out of here. That's how it's going to be. Let's do closing statements and get the fuck on out of here. Let's go to Mr. Dennis Byron. Thank you. New tweets. Thank you, chat. I got the best chat in the world, man. Chat niggas, I love y'all so much. Niggas be mad at me because they be seeing y'all be represented. They be like, fuck these chat niggas. It's all good. Can't beat us, join us. Okay. Let's see. Look, Defense attorney asks Kelsey Harris, was she aware Tory... Okay, let's go up. Defense attorney to Kelsey Harris. Did you hear the words? Okay, we did that already. Defense attorney asks Kelsey Harris about the lyrics she used in a diss song towards Meg where she says, I'm taking shots at you. I'm busting at you. To which she replied, those are just rap lyrics, seemingly suggests she, the prosecutor was, not prosecutor, the defense was saying, was that you confessing that you shot her? So they're still just throwing in the air to the people or the jurors. That's the shooter. But ironically, Kelsey is just not mad at Tory. That's the only reason why, honestly, they're going to think that she got paid off. She's not mad at Tory. Even though they're basically saying she's a shooter. Remember people were saying, oh, she's mad at Meg because Meg didn't defend her or clear her name? Nigga, Tory's literally saying, or not literally, but like his lawyers are pointing all the evidence towards you being the shooter, and you're not upset about it. You're upset more about what Meg said to Shade Room this morning and all these other things. That's why people think it's a play. Anyway, she said, nah, it's just rap lyrics. Somebody says it was apparent that Kelsey Harris' body language, that she was very uncomfortable with the line of questioning about the purported fight that occurred as the defense counsel continued to press her on the issue. So they wanted her to admit that she was fighting with Meg the Stallion.